Well, hello everyone.
Hello.
Here we are. Look at that.
Back again.
Hello.
What's this? Episode 7 now?
Something like that.
Oh my goodness. Welcome everybody. We're the Casual Ones. This is Snowcatch Valley, the fall of '99. Quick recap. What happened last time? Brody and Jimmy went back into the woods where they had followed the club the night before on the trail of a Bigfoot, which turned out to potentially not be a abnormally Bigfoot, just a normal-sized Bigfoot of a human named Roger Waters, the man from Angel's workplace who went missing in the dead of night the night before. They had seen what appeared to be him at the edge of a shallow cave before disappearing into darkness. Brody's holding the VHS recorder from one of the members of the club, had caught a frame of lingering, glittering eyes where his eyes used to be and where he himself was not. When they returned to the scene of the crime, they had found that about where he stood when he disappeared, the rocks had turned dark and were covered in some oily, they taste tested, and it revealed to be a coppery, sulfury combination. Very, very bad for the senses. They had seen something like this a year before in the summer of their previous adventures, and decided to call up or message online Madison Taylor to ask if she knew anything about these sorts of materials. The term "swear squids" was thrown around. Madison asked you not to look into it, to maybe leave town like she did and leave this stuff behind you and stop digging. Being who you are, you refused and asked then if instead of bringing her back to Snowcatch, which she asked, blatantly refused to do, you said to find her in a small rural place called the Fishing Lakes, on a street called Anglewood. And that's where we are now. So, given that it is the next day, time has passed, you have effectively wiggled your way out of anything that was required of you. Is there anything you would like to discuss, pack up, or how? And also, how are you planning to get there?
So are we just taking like one car or two?
Yeah, I can't see us taking more than one car if it's not necessary. To that end, it would have to be, it would have to be your car, Jimmy.
Sure.
Yeah. Probe's got like no room in the back.
I don't know how much better the Sunbird does, but that's okay.
Oh, God.
I was gonna drive anyway, no matter what. Like, I'm driving. That's it.
Yeah.
Right.
I'm fine.
Okay. Is there anything from the apartment you would like to pack up? Anything you're looking to bring?
We might
Yeah,
as well
I think-
bring
Preparations.
photos and stuff, right? Like all the stuff we've gathered at this point.
Yeah.
Okay.
I'm basically like, because we're going on a road trip, who knows? I grabbed like the first aid kit from the Shawshank Projection. Bring along the baseball bat, throw that in the back of the trunk just in case, and jam the lockpick set down in my pockets.
Okay. And you load up the pizza box with rocks in it, and the photos that Brody's collected as well. And if there's nothing else to do, Jimmy, would you like to hit the road?
Absolutely. I'm just gonna. I'll pop by the the pizza place and just make sure that they know that I won't be delivering tonight because I'll probably get home too late.
Yeah. Are you calling out sick, or are you just kind of unavailable?
We'll go family emergency.
Okay. All right.
They might see me leave. Like, I got to go visit someone out of town.
Yeah.
It's a family thing. Sorry. I know it's last minute. Just call Larry. Larry loves filling in. So.
Okay. I would say, yeah, as you're doing your rounds, you're calling in. The pizza place is fine. You call by the radio station, and you do hear a bit of hubbub over the line. The person on the other end doesn't entirely pay attention to you. Like, oh, you can't make it too? Great, that's fine. All right, awesome. And they just hang up. And then with everyone else, Ransom, you're able to hand off duties to the new kid, and you guys make your way towards Jimmy's car, pack everything in, start her up. There's Brody calling it for real this time when he actually has sight of the vehicle, as per etiquette requires.
I'm gonna like open the door, put the seat down, and you go, Ransom, and just kind of shove him in. Get wrecked.
Is it like a front seats down to get into the back seat type of car?
It's a two-door car.
Yeah. Is it two-door? Okay.
Yeah.
Brutal. All right. So you guys, you pack in and you head out into the road. Jimmy, you did have a moment of uncertainty the night before as you guys were packing things up and deciding how you would get out of town. There was discussion about taking Ransom's car, but at the sight of your own, you prefer that. And then you also remember that part of the reason why you were uncertain is because your car is well known. You travel all over town, and people often clock who you are from the distinctive look of it. And the hair on the back of your neck begins to stand up as you guys slowly pull away from, the things you're supposed to be doing here. And you make your way towards the west side of town, snaking around through the trees on your right, and you see the mountains moving up. You find your way slowly moving toward the side of town that you had been called for potentially a prank delivery the night before. But instead of swerving over the bridge towards those beaten down houses on the river, you make a right instead and take some of the longer roads towards the north side of Snowcatch, before eventually the open road and the plains ahead indicate that there is going to be a few long hours of travel as you slowly start making your way towards the edge of town and beyond. You guys notice that snow begins to fall. There's been a little bit, in the week previous, but for now you're actually seeing for the first time like real snowfall, and it's coming down in like fat, lazy flakes. In your rearview mirror, as you're kind of checking everything, can you give an investigation roll or sense danger, Jimmy?
Yeah.
Whatever song is jamming right now, I'm just like banging on the dashboard with the drums.
That's a 5.
Okay. Yeah. You just see that you are not alone on the road. There, in the distance ahead of you, there is a single car. Behind you, there's 2 trailing. One crosses the opposite side of the lane, moving in the opposite direction. That feeling at the back of your neck, it doesn't go away. And over the next few minutes, is there anything that you guys want to ruminate over as you're moving your way further and further from town?
So are we gonna stop telling people that we think there's a were-squid in town, or like is that something we're gonna keep?
I mean, listen, to be fair, we don't definitively know it isn't a were-squid.
True, they could be everywhere.
So you're telling me you're gonna keep telling people that? Okay, I just want to know, based off of some of the reactions we've seen from some people, and even I think what Madison was chatting with us about yesterday. We probably shouldn't say it anymore. It's just like the feeling that I got.
Well, hold on, Jimmy. She's living in a fishing village. and she's worried about more of this inky blackness. I'm just saying, she could be hunting a weresquid.
Right, but we asked her about weresquids, and she thought we were nuts, right? The vampire thought we were crazy. I want to make sure we're on the same page, guys. That's all, man.
You know I don't believe in the weresquid, right?
I don't. It really seemed like everybody was big on this weresquid idea.
What if we find a new monster? We can name it whatever we want.
So you want to find whatever this thing is and name it a weresquid so that we've been right the whole time.
Exactly, yeah.
All right, man. You know what? I can get behind
thinking 3 steps ahead, Well, how cool would that be if we find like a really cool monster for the first time ever,
But-
Except we have to survive.
I don't
that
want
might
to
be an issue,
find a new
but-
monster, guys. Let's not do that.
Just I really hope that Madison's got some insight as to what this could be, and maybe she's had some
I
luck.
think she definitely knows, since she's
Yeah.
telling us to stop looking
Yeah, she
into
told
it.
us. Yeah.
Well, yeah.
you
Maybe she
know,
can give us a list of ideas so we can at least look them up.
I think
Yeah,
I honestly think she's gonna try to convince us to not look at this at all anymore. Like that's
Yeah.
just the kind of feeling that I'm getting.
Well, she also wanted us to like leave town.
Yeah.
which we have for the weekend at least. I guess that's fine.
I think.
Yeah.
Wait, hold on. I only asked for 1 day off. We're not staying there for a while, right? It's just the day.
Oh yeah, no, I probably took the weekend. They'll
Oh.
find out tomorrow.
Yeah,
Oh.
it depends on the snow. You never know. It's always snowing at Snowcatch.
I guess since your dad owns the town or whatever, I guess it's fine. You can just take us off as many days as you want. It must be nice.
I don't know. We'll find out. As long as I don't get fired.
That would be hilarious.
I'm delegating.
Quick out of game question real fast. Did we all see the pictures of Brody's mom and grandma? Or was that just him?
Brody's mom.
Yeah,
was
Brody, would
gone
you have
away.
shared it when you noted that? I know
Well, it
Ransom
would've-
made a joke about it, but
Yeah, it would have went around because Ransom would have been like, "Yo, look at this, look at that."
Okay.
So everybody knows.
So Brody, do you know when those pictures of like your mom and your grandmother were like taken? And do we know why they were up there, like in that thing? Like,
No, I've never seen these pictures of my mom before. She looks pretty young, so could
How
be
young
before
do you
me,
think she
but
is in these photos?
I'm not really good with ages. Wink, wink.
that could get you in trouble. No,
Aaron.
don't. Mm-mm.
How old do you think? Like 20?
yeah, like late teens.
Late
It's
teens?
hard to say,
Jeez,
early
okay.
20s potentially.
Okay,
But yeah, you never know.
I would say 20, give or take 2 years.
We're 20, right?
Yeah, I'd
Ish.
say
Or I
maybe
guess we're a bit older. We
mid-20s
drink.
now. Yeah.
Okay. Yeah, I don't know, man. This is. Do you think the weresquid knows your mom?
Thought you were
Don't-
gonna drop the weresquid.
I just don't know what else to call it now, man.
Well, we found these pictures at the city hall. So if anything, there's a creeper at city hall taking pictures of young people. If anything,
Maybe.
From like 25 years ago.
yeah.
Oh, he has like a time traveling camera. He takes pictures in the past. I think I saw
No,
an X-Files episode about that. God, was that out yet? I have no idea.
Yeah,
Uh,
X-Files has been on since like '92.
If it wasn't on X-Files, it was on Twilight Zone. I'll tell you that much.
But Brody, you also recall that one of the pictures was an older style, like developed photo of your grandmother as well, when she was maybe in her 40s.
Yeah, I'll like pull that out and hand it to the back, not to distract Jimmy.
You see- oh, God.
And Jimmy, actually, can you, as you guys have passed a few different exits and different routes. Can you give me another investigation or sense danger?
Oh, you better believe it.
Oh, you better believe it.
That's an 8 on sense danger.
The only thing that you can tell is that there's been a lot of chances for people to leave this road,
Mhm.
and that there is one car that is still trailing, the same one that was trailing as you left town.
Okay.
Yeah,
Hey,
as,
guys.
as Brody hands that photo back to everyone as well.
Not to freak anybody out, but I think we might be. Well, I think we might be being followed.
I mean,
There's a car that's been behind us for a real long time.
gotta just like try to subtly look around and take a look.
Yeah, how far away is that car behind us?
Maybe like 150 feet or so through the snow. It's daylight, so you can see it there. There's a bit of visibility lost, but yeah, you can see a dark car.
Why don't we just slow down and go beside it, see who's in the car?
Is this a 1-lane or 2-lane highway?
It's a 1-lane highway. This is like
That's what I was
almost
worried
country
about. Yeah,
roads
we're in the
now.
country. Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay.
Do any of us recognize the car by any chance?
At
Also
this
carefully.
distance through the snow, it just looks like a dark sedan.
Like the snow is coming down on the heavy-ish side then?
Yeah. You
Okay,
still do
alright.
have visibility at that distance, but it's a nice snowfall now.
Okay.
The lane, like the middle line, is it checkered or is it a solid line right now?
It's a solid line.
Okay. Once it gets to a checkered line, so that it'd be safe for somebody to pass, because safety first.
Mhm.
I'm gonna let go of the gas
Okay. All right.
and just continue to slow down. Hopefully, forcing them to go around me.
Sure. Okay. So yeah, as you wait on following for a little while longer, as Brody passes the photo, this creepy photo of his grandmother and his mother, both of these photographs looking almost candid, like someone just snapping a picture of a subject who's completely unaware. People just going about their normal day. There is that unsettling feeling again. And Jimmy, eventually the road line does become broken and you begin to slow. Do you give any indication that you're intending to stop or pull over, or just a frustrating speed so that they should?
For now, frustrating speed.
Okay.
I'll probably, like, not to fully just like. Is there only? I'm assuming that's the only other car really around us that I can see. Like, if I look in the rear view and side mirrors and stuff, is there anybody else like further back?
Yeah, maybe make an investigation roll.
Sure.
It would be pretty hard to see beyond them.
Oh,
but
right,
maybe through
That's
it.
only a 6.
You're not sure.
Okay, that's fine. Then, yeah, I'll go down to, like, we're in the States. I'll go down to 10 miles per hour under the speed limit,
Okay.
and see what happens, and then I'll make decisions from there, I guess.
Okay. As you start to slow down, almost like boiling the frog, where you're moving down at such a speed that you're trying to see if they would even notice the change,
Yeah.
if they get closer, if they're keeping pace. You do notice that they slowly do pull up to 100 feet
Okay.
away, 75, 50, and then they're like almost regular distance, 2 cars apart. I guess 3 is a little more safer in these conditions for sure.
Yeah.
But then you do see that they match your speed and they
Mm.
stay that way. And you can see at this distance now, a little bit closer, that the windows are slightly tinted
Okay.
and that there is, I don't know what you call the thingy. The flappy thing is intentionally pulled down a little bit in front of the driver.
The
Oh,
visor.
yeah, like the visor. Yeah.
Yeah.
There we go.
That's a flappy
the
thing.
thingy.
Yeah, this was-
The flappy
You know what I'm talking
sunblock.
about.
Internal tongues.
Yeah.
Okay, what are the road conditions? Like, I know you said it's snowing. Is the snow sticking on the road, or is it melting when it hits?
It's sticking a little bit, but this is like, you can tell that this is like wet packing snow though. So
Okay.
there's not terrible grip or anything like that. It's not sleety or slushy.
Okay.
It's just kind of, yeah, it's all ripping and then slowly melting away. So not too bad.
I mean, here's the thing: if you're gonna modify a sunbird, you got to have fun with it sometimes. I'll continue to reduce speed until I'm about 15 miles per hour under the speed limit. If it
Okay.
remains behind me, then once I'm about there, then I'm gonna fucking gun it, and I'm gonna go to about
Okay.
10 miles per hour over the speed limit, as fast as possible.
Okay. I would say over the next few minutes, though, as you're kind of gauging that and slowing down,
Yeah.
you do see that an exit comes up on the right.
Mhm.
And as you guys pull up to the stop, would you continue on? You do have a right direction or continuing forward.
I
Knowing
would
forward would be the right way that you're headed.
I'd continue going the way that we're supposed to be headed.
Yeah,
Okay.
I have MapQuest papers in front of me.
Yeah.
Does it say to turn right here?
As you hit that stop, you notice that they don't put a blinker on. Neither do you. You
Okay.
continue forward, agonizingly slow, and then they turn right.
Okay.
And as you continue off, looking in the rear view and side mirrors, you see them continue off in that right direction for a little while. And after maybe 20, 30 seconds, they seem to pull off to the side of the road. Guys, continue.
That was weird, right?
Yeah, that was
Oh.
weird. They're lucky. I was about to pull out all the good moves.
Maybe they just
You're-
thought
Like
it was
what,
dangerous
stop?
since we slowed down.
It was actually going to be go faster, Brody, but thanks. Yeah.
Well,
I don't
I
know
mean-
what that was about.
Could have
Seems
been
like it was
I guess.
nothing. So
Yeah, could have
But
been.
why'd they
nothing.
pull out? Like, you said we saw them pull off the side of the road, right?
Yeah, they took that right way, and then they
Yeah.
drove a little bit, maybe 150 feet,
And they got onto
then
the shoulder.
went onto the shoulder. Yeah.
Yeah. That's I don't know, man. I think they were following us.
They could be checking their directions too, right?
Maybe. How? Oh, right, maps. Yeah.
Maps. Yeah, yeah.
I forgot how we did
do
it. I forgot how we did it these
Maps.
days. I don't know, man. Listen, I deliver pizzas in a town I know every street in. Okay, I don't do this a lot. It was actually a really big problem when I tried to go to LA. It sucked.
Forgot that you needed actual maps for everywhere.
Just wish there was some kind of positioning device. You just knew where you were and where everything else was. It would have been great. Technology needs to hurry up.
That a student could actually afford. Yeah.
Yeah, that is didn't. Yeah. God, how much would a GPS be?
Yeah.
I mean, like in
few
the
grand.
thousands. Yeah.
Yeah, maybe.
thousands for a Garmin unit or whatever.
Yeah.
Yeah. Oh, baby. Captain Reliable. Love it.
Yeah, so you guys continue on the road for a little while longer. I'd say maybe 20 to 30 minutes passes. I guess, Ransom, you've got the photos in hand. And looking over it, you do notice that there is some of those charcoaly type smudges of dark on the edges and on the back of it, but they don't seem to be anything written in particular.
I have a question about the photos.
Yeah.
Does it look like they're taken from the same spot?
They do not, no. Like one of them is like the one of his mom is more like on the front yard, just walking across the grass of a house. And the grandmother is just like walking down a street,
Okay.
regular like downtown.
Are these all the same type of photo? I know that sounds silly, but like, are they ostensibly from the same kind of camera?
They're not. And you notice that with the spread of like 6-ish photos that were there, that they almost all of them were different types of photos, different methods of being developed. The most recent was like a Polaroid-esque flash photography type thing, but a lot of the older ones were clearly like developed photos.
Yeah, it's kind of weird. But I don't know what to make of them. I don't know if they connect to the bigger story or not.
Yeah.
Just like it's weird.
It's going to just like try and like look at the backgrounds of the photos, like see like what locations in town I can see like if there's any sort of like geographical markers, the different time periods. I just try to like use my special move, connect the dots, essentially to try and see like what's the larger picture here that I'm missing.
Okay, yeah, give me that roll.
Sure, and I'll do that with investigate. I do get that reroll too, so let's do that. That would be an 8.
An 8. You were looking over a lot of this sort of stuff with Angel at Oliver Twist's Terrifying Trinkets. You remember you guys found those family trees that were written and published maybe 60-ish years ago. And you remember stories written for maybe settlers that were here that even like Angels had picked out that there was these snippets from people that lived here throughout the years that whoever this author was taking like little anthology almost type stories from people that lived here over the time, and it seemed to be that people that had roots here were affected by something that, for better or worse, changed their lives, and it felt like a presence or a force or something, and it seemed to in some way be tied to bloodlines. It could seem to travel through them and affect those people. And you're seeing something like that now with, you know, a spread of photos of similar looking people that span several generations. And yeah.
Yeah.
What were all the names that we saw on that family tree? I remember that the Franks were there.
Franks, Morgan, and Gaines.
And Gaines.
Yeah.
Brody, what's your last name?
Martinez.
Okay. Definitely.
Mom's last name or your grandmother's like maiden name.
That's a better question, Angel.
That's a good question. Aaron? It doesn't say on my notes.
I would say you can kind of you know that she took your dad's name, but your dad moved to Snowcatch, you know, in his own teen years, and your mom was someone who lived here. So, if you can make up a name for her, if you have an idea of what your mom's last name
Let me get back to you, but let's just say it's not one of those names.
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah.
Currently, yeah, not one of those. It's not one of those names. But
What
those
was your grandmother's
lists.
like first name though?
I would see that would be Helena, would be the grandmother in question.
Did I see a Helena on any of the family trees that I was looking at?
You did not.
Okay.
But the list was definitely one in progress, because you remember there was a lot of question mark lines, a lot of scratched out ones, and so it may not be entirely comprehensive. So,
Okay.
Yeah, this is weird seeing, you know, these family lines going back. There's all these pictures. We've got like a bloodline curse, but I guess it's not one of the families discussed in the origins of Snowcatch. I don't know. And the smudges on the back, they're completely illegible.
yeah, they maybe resembled writing at some point, but it's just aimless hoops and swirls at the moment.
Can is there by any chance a like loose sheet of paper and a pencil in Jimmy's car?
And would Jimmy have any need for that?
Yeah, for songwriting, 100%.
Ah, there you go.
Jimmy, can you pass that stuff over? Or I guess Brody.
Yeah, but like look in the glove compartment box and just kind of toss it. I'm also going to look for any photos that are kind of resembling the same date range or even the same type of photo, if I can.
Like from your collection of them? Okay.
Yeah.
And
if I do, I'll pass them back.
Sure.
And yeah, while Brody's doing that, I'm going to take any of the photos that I think have got like a decent writing on them, or or heavily smudge, and basically try and do the pencil rubbing to see if
Okay.
I can get anything off the back of the image.
Okay. Yeah, I'd say both of you roll investigation to see as you're glancing over them again, trying to pick up new details, and Ransom for your more or less you'll be able to do that, but to see if there's anything information gleaned from it. At the same
and
time,
9 for 5.
oh, 5. It's not very good, Brody. That's an XP though. Yeah, as you're looking over the photos, you don't really see anything. You see that there's a few men in some of them, but that's about it. Ransom, as you're going over them, you are etching through, just kind of doing the pencil rubbing, and you do notice that on the back of the one that would be Brody's grandmother, as you're scraping through it, you do see that one of these like swirls is a question mark, and before it, as you're rubbing over, it is an H question mark over on the back of the grandma's photo, and it's very light, and these are like wide strokes. So whatever this written was is almost like charcoal or something like that, like something with a wide depression.
Okay.
And then you also see an older looking photo of a man with his fingers up over his face a little bit, and everything else is very blurred. That's an M question mark on the back. And
Okay.
I would say even as you're looking over these back and front, you also start to notice that there is markings that translate from one photo to the next. So if you were to like position them, that there is a through line written in some of this charcoal smudge a little bit, where this like what maybe was a line in the past is very smudged, but the pattern picks up from one photo to the next as if they were overlaid at one point.
Oh.
And you see
Hold on. Yeah. Start putting it
two
over
distinctive
the pizza box.
lines of them. You see the one ending with Brody's, what looks like Brody's mother and grandmother, and then a man. And then you see ones with other smudges going off to the left with 3 individuals there, where the photos are much worse quality. And it seems to be that maybe these are 2 tracks of whatever this person was looking at. And as you go for the second set of photos, that look to be this left track, would you like to do that investigation roll again?
Very much like to do that. So I think I'm going to try and use connect the dots really to
Okay.
understand that.
Yeah. And Jimmy, also roll sense danger.
Oh fuck! Being followed.
9.
9. That's pretty good. Yeah, I think as you're going over this, you do start to see that they're on the back of these, very, very roughly, you're picking up a constant, almost spiral shape on the back of these, like a spiral with a spiral on the side. And it kind of looks like a G and a question mark on the other side of these lines.
I got an 11 on sense danger, just so you know.
Jimmy, as you're just kind of like just doing the drive, checking everything, your eyes move over the rearview window, and you do see like 200 feet back on the edge of your sight line that there's absolutely tires moving down there. And as you kind of like try and pinpoint it a bit more, you could see it's a dark sedan.
Hey guys, that car is following us again.
Oh. Well. Might not be
Maybe-
the same car.
That's a pretty big mite, man. Do you want me to try to get fancy?
You mean
Do you want to take
up?
Gwen for a spin?
Hold on. You got to be careful, man. I think I'm onto something here.
All right, sounds good. Floor it.
Photos. Yeah.
You take off full speed.
Yeah, I'm gonna take off. Obviously keeping an eye out for speed traps, but
Mhm.
I'm
Okay.
gonna take off. I want to try to create as much distance as I can. And are we still? Would I leave tracks? How much snow is sticking right now?
Very slightly, yeah. Like it's been some time now, so over the last like 45-ish minutes of driving, there's been a small pile up, but there's even looking in front of you, there's a lot of patches too, so it's hard to say.
Hey, Brody, do you have an actual map of where we're going? Like, would you be able to tell me where the next exit is and how far away it is?
For the pages. There's always that one at the end. Yep.
Yeah.
Okay. Maybe I won't floor it just yet. I want to basically time flooring it where I can create enough distance where they can't necessarily see me, and then I want to take the next exit and then try to like hide,
Okay.
basically.
Okay. Yeah, you see maybe within the next 15 miles or so, that's when your intended exit is.
Yep.
So are you starting to pick up speed or just staying
Fuck it. Let's pick up speed.
All right. Just slowly trying to get away.
Yeah.
You guys pick up over the next few minutes looking for that exit. And is there anything, Ransom, you were finishing with those?
I think I'm trying to pick them back up and place them in order.
Yeah.
I'm just like, Brody, do you? And I put the photo of the man, the hands in front of his face, up at Brody. Like, do you recognize this guy at all?
I would
Let me
say
roll
maybe
that.
roll investigation to see if there's anything.
That's an 8. Oh, I can
Yeah.
reroll. Hold on.
Oh.
Do you guys see this? Oh, you can't see it. Never mind.
Oh,
8 is
rolling
the
there.
highest. It just kept rolling. It just- and I thought I was going to have to re-roll because it wouldn't stop. And then eventually it just did like a hop. And then it just stopped at 1. And I'm like, what the fuck is that?
So what was the end total?
8.
You're not sure. Something about it has a slight similarity, but you don't know him for sure.
Okay.
I don't think so, Ransom.
Right, because like just the photo of your mom and your grandmother, and then this guy, and this seems to be like there's a line leading on the back of the photos to these three, but then over here we've got a G connecting these families and these other people. Does anybody in the car recognize them at all?
Passing out the photos of the G side.
Yeah.
I would say everyone can make an investigation.
Just be careful, Jimmy.
Yeah.
Is this a separate photo from the one I just did?
Yeah, this would be what Ransom is saying is a second line that doesn't necessarily look to be like you have one of your mother, your grandmother, and a man. This is a second set.
Okay, 12
you
for
would
me.
8.
Okay, a lot of good rolls. You're
got a-
looking over
I got a
them.
4.
Okay,
For a second.
some not good rolls.
I'm driving.
Yeah. It's quite dangerous to be checking out photos in the backseat. Looking over them, yeah, you definitely. It's no one you guys have seen. Even with the 12, you know for sure it is not someone that you've seen before. These people are. These are old photos too. Like the most recent one is not quite as new as the one that Brody's side had. But you know for sure that the ones marked G, you haven't seen their faces before.
And
Are they in the same time period as my grandma?
The most recent one looks like it could be. Maybe the one before that. It's much more aged. Looks maybe like 15 years, 20 years older.
Okay.
And there's one more that is much older than that. It's basically indistinguishable. Like you can't even see what's really in frame.
2 questions. 1, does my grandma live in Snowcatch? And 2, is she still alive?
I think likely, yeah. Probably there's a care home, like a Snowcatch Wellness Center that some
Okay.
people live in, and I think she'd be there.
Okay. When we get back to town, I can always ask my grandma if she knows them. I mean, they're in the same, picture frame timeline.
I mean, honestly, looking in books and into the town history hasn't really netted us much. Maybe somebody who's lived through the town history might actually be helpful.
Yeah, it's not a bad idea.
Yeah. So why don't we do that when we get back? And then I'm
Right.
gonna look at Jimmy if we get back.
What do you mean if?
Because I'm looking at the side review mirror, seeing the car, seeing Jimmy, a little nervous.
Don't worry, man. Listen, me and Gwen, we've got this. We've got this.
And it's about this time
Not this
when
right.
you are starting to approach your exit, turning on the left, and you know you've got maybe like a minute of drive before that.
Okay. I'll do a quick check, see if I can notice any like police cars in the distance.
Looking back, it's still hanging back about 200 feet.
No, I
Seems
mean like
to be-
ahead of us. Like if I
Oh,
go
ahead of
like
you.
full getaway driver.
Sure, I'd say
Am
roll
I-
investigation or sense danger again. Panning out.
There. It's an 8.
At a glance, it seems fine. The roads, aside from the one car, seem pretty dead, and yeah, you feel
Alright.
good to go.
Yeah, then I'm gonna cheese it. I'm gonna
You're
cheese
gonna-
it, and I'm gonna try to take that turn at a dangerously high speed. Sorry, exit comes up.
Wait.
Nice.
Yep.
Awesome. You take off, and you notice that the car behind you doesn't seem to react right away. And by the
Yep.
time it's out of your view, you are hitting some hefty speeds. You can feel that the tires are starting to lose traction a little bit as you're moving quickly through these slightly more dense sections of
Love
snow. And then you see the turn on your left coming up real quick. You want to keep cool for me as you try and maintain
Oh.
control.
Ah.
So I'll use, if I can, I'll use getaway driver, which is a keep cool
Oh,
roll,
yes.
but it gives me
Yes,
an
yes, yes.
additional. Yeah.
Yeah, for sure.
Oh boys, here we go.
I'm holding on to that holy shit bar.
11.
11. Yeah, so you crush it, and that gives you you maintain a +1 now while you are
Yep.
kind of keeping up speed and keeping away from this car. Yeah, you kill it. It feels like for a split second you're spinning to this like almost 90-degree turn. You feel like your left tires slightly leave the pavement, and your right tires make that turn, and then you hit the grip and it goes full speed, and it feels fantastic. And you feel like potentially, you know, with how you'd almost gone a little airborne, it'd be much harder to track the
True.
the tires.
Yeah,
And you're hoping that they had not followed. Taking off as you correct down the straightaway for this
Yep.
turn, looking back in the mirror of your mirror over a few seconds, you do not see the car following.
Okay.
And where it normally would have been here, you still don't see it. And you
Perfect.
think for a moment, potentially lost them.
Okay. Yeah, I'll still try to maintain a higher speed than I normally would where we are, but not like an outrageous like highway driving speed down through
Yeah.
what is probably not a highway road. So,
Mhm.
yeah.
Okay. And as you guys continue to drive on over the next hour or so, you start to feel like, you know, when snow falls and the world becomes a little more quiet and everything seems a little more peaceful, you start to have that feeling a little bit. But underneath it, there is a touch of anxiety, like you're late for something and you were supposed to do something. You continue on further and further from Snowcatch. Brody, you would know, looking at the map, that the way to the fishing lakes is about 3.5 more hours at the pace you guys are going now. If there's anything you'll like to look over, you can, but you are slowly making your way there. Unless you guys have anything, you can.
No,
provide
well,
for
now
me.
that we're on a completely different road, I'm gonna ask
Mhm.
Ransom for the pencil, and I'm gonna like start tracking where we're going just to make our way back.
Mm,
Cross off the directions as we go.
Yeah.
nice.
Doing like mental calculations, like, oh, this road could like get us maybe a few minutes faster if we take that road.
Mm.
You guys remember when like that was the only option and how high tech that felt to like use MapQuest?
Yes. Unfortunately, yes.
Okay. So as the roads become definitely less up to date, you know, you're starting to see much more cracks and potholes. Some of the road turns straight to just gravel as you're making your way down this much more rural part of the state. You keep following the path north, and eventually you find your way moving a little bit uphill, and moving towards. You can see it on the distance now, maybe 15-minute drive away. You see that there's a little bit of like a hamlet, a little bit of a community, a smattering of houses, maybe no more than like 200 people living in this area, very spread out. As you guys are moving up and then eventually coming down the roads, you can see it all laid out before you. You see the lake there. You see a sign that says "Welcome to the fishing lakes, home of," and it shows a few of the names of the lakes that are here. And you can even see a peninsula with a few dotted houses all along it at this distance, knowing that that had been what Madison had described. And as you make your way down, you come down through what you would imagine to be the main street of this area, where there is exactly one store of any kind, just a general convenience store. That as you make your way left, you leave behind most of the houses, driving towards the house on the peninsula, 35 Englewood. And as you make your way towards there, you also notice that for an address named 35, there is 3 houses on this lot. And as you're going through them, you do see that they are numbered bizarrely. Like the first one that you come by is 67. Moving down, you see 43. And then a good deal distance towards the end of the peninsula, you see a house with a small ratty fence around it and a dock that goes off into the water that says 35 on it.
Oh,
Let's
What
go.
is-
looks about
What is
right.
the general vibe of this town so far? Like, yeah, I know that you're saying like it's potholes and a little bit oddly numbered and whatnot, but like, do I feel like we've crossed over into like the wrong side of the pier?
Yeah, I would say you definitely get, just upon coming into the area, at first it feels quaint and rural, but then as you guys are now moving through the town very quickly, because it's small rather than you're moving fast, you've noticed that there is a lack of people for the most part. You haven't seen anyone outside. You haven't seen any cars. While there are a few parked at some of the houses, you haven't seen much activity at all. Driving by the general store, you did see that there was a light on there, that and an open sign on the window. Aside from that, you haven't really seen too much. As you're parked now, kind of waiting and idling in front of this house, would you guys like to make an investigation check or sense danger if you're feeling uncertain?
I'll do a sense danger.
Yeah,
I
same.
think we're all feeling the sense danger.
Can I roll an investigation, but for looking to see if that black sedan, if we pass the black sedan, or like if it
Yeah,
seemed
for sure.
like it was in this town?
Yep, I'll
Cool.
definitely do that.
10 is my highest.
Okay. I would say you looking around, the cars here are mostly older. You see a few trucks that are a little bit rusted over. You see a lot of vehicles here that have a lot of wear and tear that seem to be for people's occupations more so than just general travel. You don't see just a newer dark sedan.
Okay.
And for the sense dangers, I do see some potentially low
Got an
rolls.
8.
My end.
Mine's an 8.
Okay.
Awesome.
Pretty much everyone right down the middle. Scanning through the car windows, looking out at everything. The house labeled 35 is black. You don't see any lights in it. It's old, weathered wooden house, almost like a cabin, with 2 stories and a peaked roof. You see that it is pretty old and weathered, and it doesn't look like completely abandoned, but it looks like maybe someone's cottage that they'd forgotten about and weren't exactly well off when they bought this cottage. Looking around, you see some of the other houses. You do see some motion. The one closest to you that you had passed, the one labeled in the 40s, despite there only being the 3 houses here, you do see that the curtains draw aside, and you do see the faint image of somebody within, looking out. Probably as curious about this situation as you are.
Fair.
I know people in small towns stare.
Are we? We're not late, are we? To a meeting, Madison?
She said, "Come tomorrow."
Okay.
So, yeah.
Well, let's go knock, I guess.
No point.
Where were we hitting? We're hitting about like 3 o'clock kind of thing.
Yeah, I'd be around that. I imagine you guys left fairly early in the day, and it was about a 5-ish hour drive at the speed Jimmy was going. So you made it there in pretty good time. Yeah. So
I'm an expert.
you guys break out of the car. Yeah. Is there anything that you are bringing with you as you head towards the porch at the front of the house?
No.
No, it's Madison.
Yeah.
She's already on edge all the time. No weapons.
No, nothing crazy.
Okay. So you guys, you leave the car there, walk up the gravel pathway towards the wooden porch, stepping up onto it. For a flash, Jimmy, you get an image of your mind of an old weathered house on water with cracked paint and a hanging door wide open. His eyes look out at you. And then you remember running through a yard away from a black dog, and you just get a slight feeling of that situation again as you are standing on a weathered old porch, and there is that feeling at the back of your neck again. You stand there in front of the door.
I hate this.
That looks like it doesn't get many visitors.
I'm gonna knock.
Okay. You step forward, you knock on the door for 10, 15 seconds, there's nothing. And then you see one of the windows to your left, beside the door, you see a curtain move a very small amount. And then the door opens. And inside you see Madison Taylor, the undead vampire girl that you had found in the woods the year before. Who, once you helped her, she got the hell out of here and seemingly didn't want to come back. And you see she opens the door, pulls it away, and steps inside a little bit towards the shadows, almost pointedly looking out at some of the other houses, and looks to you guys and says, "Okay, get in quick."
All right. Yeah. Get in quick.
And
Does she look the same?
You can make an investigation check. You notice that there is pointedly no lights on in here, so as the door opens, some light pours in.
14.
The 14, you do notice that she looks where she almost looked weak and sheepish before, when you had found her basically in a body bag in the hospital. She looks a little bit more, her movement is more controlled. She seems stronger now, and maybe is not as weak as when you met her. And she pulls back inside, ushers you in, and closes the door. And then for a moment, she heads back to the window and looks outside to see, as she's kind of like looking around, you see that she's focusing on some of the other houses and some of the other area, checking the roads, and then pulls the curtain close. And she turns to you guys. "So what are you doing here?"
Well, you said
How's it going?
It's going, I guess. This is one of my kind of hideouts. Now that I'm technically dead, can't really get references for new apartments or anything. So I have pulled up here.
Can you get internet here?
No, this isn't where I use the computer. This is.
Oh, okay.
I move around a lot. It seems to feel better that way.
All right. Yeah. So you have an idea of what's going on in Snowcatch, though, right?
I mean, I feel like you guys got a lot more than maybe I do. What do you have?
Well, we can show you what we got and compare notes, I guess.
I'll be right back. Forgot the pizza rocks.
What?
Well,
Don't worry
you'll
about
see.
it.
Okay, just quickly
Line up in the
in and
car.
out, quickly.
Yeah.
Yep. And you see she moves back towards kind of a living room. It's a strangely long room with a couch along the long wall. You see a small old TV set in a corner, turned at an odd angle. And you see that there are a bunch of photographs turned backwards and some like hunting trophies. Just a smattering of like things that seem not from this decade, as if this place has really just been resting here for a long time. And she flicks on one of the lights on the far side of the room, and then you see her eyes dart towards the front bay window that connects at this living room. And you can see that she's kind of looking at a glance to make sure there's not too much light hitting the curtains.
How did you find this place?
Well, it's been a long year. I've had to. I mean, Angel helped me a little bit after all that stuff went down last year. He helped me break back into my apartment, get my stuff out of there, and for the most part, I just sold nearly everything that I could. I needed to get out of there, out of Snowcatch. After that stuff that we saw that night in that house with that thing,
Yeah.
and with that body, it was a big night, big couple of days. Yeah, I had to get out. So I've been on the move a lot since then, and I eventually kept traveling away from people as much as I could. Angel knows a little bit about why. And I think all of you even get a flashback of that night at the lake. You had a body wrapped in a tarp that you needed to get rid of, and she was unable to bring this large man's body down under the water, and she needed strength to do it. So Angel offered up his wrist, and she bit. And with an anger, she told you to get away from her. And then she pulled that body with ferocity down under the water. And that was the last most of you had seen from her.
Okay.
I definitely forgot about that part.
So, yeah, you can see why I've been trying to stick away, folks, as much as I can. And this is the most secluded I've really found where I can still exist. There's a few places not too long away where I can actually, I've got a laptop, so I can move around a little bit, try and keep online.
That's cool. Those are really expensive.
Yeah, everything I sold just barely afforded that. So
Do the neighbors know you're here?
I think they know that someone's here. And she kind of looks to some of the photos in the house that have been flipped around. It just feels weird living in someone else's place, but if they come back, I don't want it to seem like someone lives here. And she just turns over some, and you just see like an old man holding up a fish. Seems to be someone's house, but I don't know.
But
They haven't been here.
You didn't do anything to them, right?
What do you mean?
Like to the person that was living here.
No,
Where's the
shit.
person that was living here?
Well, I don't know. They're not
Oh,
here.
okay.
Yeah.
You just find vacant places. I guess maybe it's people who travel during the winter for the. I don't know. I'm just cool, man. That's fine.
Yeah. I mean, I've only been around here for a few months now, so yeah, maybe you're right. Maybe it was just a summer home.
Yeah.
Okay. Well, we'll wait for Ransom and we can get started.
Yeah, so Ransom, you're collecting some things from the car. You come back in with a pizza box. Almost looking like just a really, really out of town pizza delivery. As you come back into the house. Yeah, with a box full of rocks.
As you can tell, we've really upped our game. Very professional now.
Okay. Yeah. So that's
Try not to draw
snack?
attention. You know.
Yeah. Did anyone see you come in on the way?
I think somebody looked out the window.
Yeah,
At
from
a
like the
place,
next house
like-
over.
Yeah.
Okay. Interesting. Well, let's hope they don't know the person who lived here and doesn't call them.
Mm-hmm. So here, this is what Jimmy and Brody found. Like, sit it on like the coffee table. Open it up. It's got that gold glow.
The trunk shot.
Trunk
Yeah,
shot,
Yeah. Okay. Rocks?
It's
You guys explain it.
It's Brody.
it's. I'm gonna like pick up a rock and just kind of like toss it, not toss it, but just kind of hand it to her, and like it's really oily, and a very dark color, especially where we found it. It was quite different from all the other rocks.
You're doing
and
a
stuff.
really bad job, man. Here, sorry, I thought you knew. It's fine, I got this. Madison, listen, when we first found you, you were covered in this weird, like, black, inky, oily stuff. All right. And then the other day, me and Brody were checking out some stuff in the woods the night after we went looking for Bigfoot with some other people. And don't worry about that part. We'll get to that. Anyway, we saw something. There was like it was like almost like a shadow of a person, but with like shining, like glowing eyes. And then it sort of like just seemed to vanish into like this like rocky like crag opening thing. When we went back the next day to look at it, the rocks that had kind of like moved across or through, I don't know, man, but they had this same inky black stuff on it that we had seen on you the night that you were found dead. When I stumbled across your body while the police were looking at you, and then I think I made an ass of myself when they were asking questions, but that's okay.
Okay.
And this was out in the woods, in case
Yeah.
left that part out. Yeah,
do
yeah.
remember
Yeah.
vaguely. Yeah. And you don't know what this is.
Nope.
No.
Kinda hoping you would.
We're not sure. Just people have been going missing.
And you said this was near the mountain?
Yeah. Yeah. There was also, I don't know if this is going to matter to you or not, but at one point during the night, Angel said he felt something weird coming from the well. And the next day when we were there, I could like hear whispers coming from the well.
Okay.
And I just kind of got a happy feeling from it.
Yeah. It's probably nothing, I'd think.
Insight check.
Yeah, I would say roll. Probably investigate is the
Sure.
closest, trying to pick up on that.
Yeah. 5.
Yeah, she does seem to be deflecting a little bit, but also genuine. Like there's nothing here.
Okay, so then the next thing I think that me and Brody were gonna do is we're just gonna like get like a big piece of rope, tie it out, and then we're just gonna climb down into the well and just check it out because there seemed to be no water at the bottom. So that's probably fine then.
No, that just in general sounds really dangerous to do.
Oh, that's okay. We'll have rope.
Have any other of you have seen these shining eyes that he talked about?
Yeah.
Oh.
Mm-hmm. All
Yeah,
of us, right?
All of us, I think. Yeah.
Yeah, Halloween night.
And you all heard whispers?
I
Yeah.
definitely felt some like. No, easiest way to say it is like strangeness coming from the well that
Yeah,
didn't seem normal.
I thought I heard something, but when I tried to hear it again, I couldn't hear anything.
Okay. And this is the only time you've seen this black stuff, like this rock, recently, right?
The last year, yeah.
Yeah, in the last year, yeah. I think.
What people have gone missing, and have any of them been found, or have their bodies been found, or?
Well,
No.
yeah, what was the chief thing? Floyd went missing from Halloween night, and was it Ed saw him walk into the water, didn't he?
Yeah, I'm gonna pull
Yeah.
out that paper. He was talking about some paralyzed kid getting up from a wheelchair and walking into the lake, and I'm like, faster the article. And ever since then, he's been spooked, and he thought he saw something on Halloween night, and he left. He left town.
But you guys haven't gone there, right? Back to the lake.
Oh, of course, yeah. Oh, right, Brody. And then, okay, so this part is going to sound nuts. There was a moment, Brody, you might fill me on the detail if I get any of this wrong, but Brody said that he threw a rock at himself.
Okay, let me give you a bit more context than that. During the Halloween night, I went to go get my bike, and then as I was getting my bike, for an odd reason, I found myself at the lake, just laying in the water, and something flew at my head. And then these guys woke me up when I was at my bike. So clearly, I didn't make it to the lake. Later, when we actually went to the lake, I threw a rock into the water, and it hit something. And
We did see something floating in the water.
Yeah, and I'm thinking maybe, coincidentally, it was the same thing. It is kind of weird that I imagined a rock being thrown in the lake, and then a few hours later, I threw something at the lake, and it.
Yeah, I mean, I don't know what to say about that. That is, it's strange. It is very strange.
What do you think this monster could, I don't know, alter our memories or something? Get a hold of us somehow?
And so you guys definitely don't know. Okay. You see she moves back a bit towards the opening in the living room that heads towards what looks like a pretty small little kitchen. And you see she grabs up a knife, and standing in the kitchen, she takes a knife and puts it against her arm and just presses a little bit.
Okay.
And then she puts her arm down, and you see a black trickle fall out, sliding down her arm to her fingers.
Well, your blood turned black?
Whatever it was that did this to me, yeah. And it's been this way ever since.
Does it?
And
Does the blood flow, or is it more like
Congealed?
congealed? Yeah, thank you.
It is slightly it flows slower than blood would.
Like
but
ketchup, you would say?
Or stir.
in the middle. Yeah, in the middle. Yeah,
Okay.
it is thicker for sure. And you see it slowly moves down and then drips off her fingertips into the wooden floor. And
That's gonna stain.
then you see she does a flex with the hand, and wipes away the smear, and there's no more wound.
So
Madison,
Mm-hmm.
is there any chance that you've seen or run into anything else, for lack of a better word, supernatural? Anybody else like you in this last year?
Okay. You know what? We're far away from town. It's probably safe, right? What's the big deal? What are your guys' intentions here?
You mean with you or with
Both, I guess. Are you
Oh.
looking to stay here? Are you?
No. No, we're gonna go back today. I have to work tomorrow.
Why are you going back?
I have to
We're
work
trying
tomorrow.
to, do more of what we did last year and stop the danger. Stop
That
people
is,
from disappearing and being hurt.
just to be clear, man. That's Ransom talking. That is, I don't want
So
that.
you are not
Guys-
aligned. You
Guys,
are not.
we are the main characters. You know
No.
that, right?
No. 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 No.
You guys
Listen.
need to watch more movies.
Oh, Madison, one more thing, just so
Yeah.
you know. I don't
Mhm.
think this probably doesn't matter and probably means nothing to you.
Yeah.
But someone did try to follow us at a Snowcatch. I'm pretty confident I lost them, but
Mhm.
there was a sedan following us at some point. Just so you
You
know.
see her eyes flick to that front bay window through where you guys are kind of standing around, and Jimmy, you do get that sense at the back of your neck, and you know that from here you guys could see down the peninsula towards where the general store is and the main road. Does anyone move towards the windows and curtains? And
I will definitely move towards it.
I'll go take a look.
So I would say you'll have to roll stealth as well if you care at all to be stealthy, but you can also roll investigation or sense danger.
I will try to be stealthy.
Sure, I'll fill that stealth roll first.
Sure. I got an 8
Never
for
mind.
stealth
9.
Okay, not bad.
and an 8
And-
for investigate.
Okay,
And a 14 for sense danger.
okay. So
Oh, I could have done sense danger. Shit, it's like a 10
Yeah.
then.
I don't. Okay, both those are very good. As Jimmy and Angel move to the curtain, they part ways a little bit up and down Scooby-Doo style.
Like stacked?
Yeah, stacked. So that they move it as little as possible, each getting one eye out the window. You do see that for the tail end of someone in a robe moving into that house labeled 40 something, in through the front door. You can see that someone was standing out there for a moment, and you caught them just as they went inside, which means also their back was to you as they're shutting the door, looking out. So if anyone was looking directly here, probably they don't see you. And as you're looking out down through the path, Jimmy, you're looking around, looking close to your car, looking close to those houses. You don't see anything. Angel, over that towards the general store down the main road, you see moving right to left, dark sedan across the path, disappear behind some of the other houses in the center of the town.
Yeah, so it looks like it looked like the car from before.
So you guys were followed here?
Okay,
I don't
so
want to
we-
say followed.
We might be jumping the gun a little bit. They could live here. I don't know if this is a small town, but you never know.
Hey, Madison, real quick, is there people from Snowcatch that are like trying to get you?
Not me, as far as I know. I
Oh,
don't
okay.
think anyone knows that I'm alive.
Okay, I just want to make sure we didn't put you in trouble. If we're in trouble, that's kind of just.
Yeah.
Is there
That's
like a
par for the
garage
course.
that we could at least park the car in for now?
Yeah, it's on the side, doesn't have a door. You can just, it's like a alcove more than anything. You can get it in there.
Better to make the car a little less obvious.
Okay.
You think the red car stands out against the snow?
It's
just
pretty
kidding.
bleak out here, so
I
any
was-
color. Yeah.
Just joking. I'm sorry. I'll move the car.
Okay.
As he's moving the car, can I see if there's like any tarps or anything in the garage, anything that we could use to cover the car?
Yeah. Okay. You make that investigation check. Is anyone going to the car? Is it just Jimmy?
Just me.
Okay. Are you doing so stealthily or just
I'll tell you in a second. Yes, I got a 7.
7? Okay.
Yeah.
So you get into the car. You do so quickly, keeping an eye on that house and the main street. You don't see the sedan. You don't see anyone potentially looking back, though the curtain is slightly askew from where they left it before. So if someone's just looking, you're not sure.
Yeah.
You get into the car. It starts up, which makes some noise. You can't really avoid that. And you slowly peel off towards the left side of the house, working your way down around a long dead tree, and then you do see what is, for the most part, a garage. Just the door itself it's long rotted away. Inside you see like a rusty tool case and a few smatterings of things along the sides, and you move your way inside. And from here, you know that they're very likely looking out. You can see over the lake a little bit towards the direction you guys came in from, that upper hill area that you drove down to town. You can see a bit of the road from here, and maybe someone with like eagle eyes could maybe spot the car. But Brody, what was your role looking for?
7.
7. You don't find a tarp or anything like that, but you do find that there is a lot of dead trees and a lot of dead like bush type material that if you wanted to, you could put them towards the tail end of the car to obscure it a little further if you wanted
Sure.
to.
I'm going to try to make it as natural as possible. Not the.
So
make it
you don't
look
just
weird.
stack it onto the car. You move it a little bit of a ways so it looks like
Yeah.
natural bushes are surrounding the garage area. Okay. And then you guys can head back inside. You do see that there, as you are working around the garage, you see that there's a window at the side, and you see Madison pointing towards the lake, towards the back of the house.
Mhm.
And if you do you follow her suggestion? You find that there is a back porch that moves up onto the lake, and you see the docks there, and then you see that there's a back door that she opens and ushers you in that way. Maybe if there's anyone out there, we'll hang out towards this side of the house now.
Yeah.
You can see through that this connects to that kitchen and a straight shot to that bay window. So if you guys want to have a look out, you can kind of do so in this area from both sides of the house.
Go ahead, Jimmy.
I was gonna say, Madison, do you know a lot of the other like vampires in town?
I don't. Okay, I don't know if that's the right word.
Okay.
I'm not sure.
Sorry, I didn't mean to.
No,
Is that like an insulting term for you?
No,
Or...
I
okay.
don't know of any that are exactly like me, like, or any that are like me in this way.
Okay, but I remember you said before that there is like other stuff in Snowcatch, right?
There's definitely something wrong with Snowcatch, and there's definitely things going on there. And so and she kind of looks to the remnants of the black inky blood on her hand. There is something else like this, though.
Okay.
Does it have glowing eyes?
Yes.
Oh. Okay, perfect. What are we looking
it
at?
in town or in the forest? Is this someone
If I
we
tell you,
know?
you're going to go to it, right?
If it's gonna kill
maybe
me,
not to me.
absolutely not.
It's more that, if anything, we want to try and find ways to, at least I do, give a meaningful look at everybody to try and prevent more disappearances. You know, if this thing
That
is,
would be the goal.
yeah, if this thing is taking people, we have to at least find a way to protect ourselves and others, or stop it as a last resort.
Yeah. I kind of feel like maybe I can't control all this. You said people are going missing, maybe
Yeah.
more often than they were. And
Yes,
ignoring it
frequently.
doesn't sound good. Yeah. I've seen what you saw. There was a night a while ago, maybe 2 years ago now. I was at the dock house. You guys remember?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Mhm.
I used to hang out there a lot. And I saw the shining eyes. And I saw something moving. And more so than that, I felt it call to me. And
Sorry, was this after what happened to you or before what happened to you?
this is before.
Okay, so this is what did the thing to you then.
Yeah.
Got it.
And my memories of what happened aren't great, but I remember disappearing, and I remember being in darkness, and I remember something promising to me I could have exactly what I wanted.
Okay, so that's interesting. You wanted to be a vampire?
No.
Oh, what did you want? If that's personal, my bad.
I wanted to be left alone. You guys know people threw the name MT around a lot. That started before I literally was. And I don't really remember more than that. I just remembered saying yes. And I have glimpses. I remember the shining eyes. I remember walking towards them. And then I was killed very, very, very badly. And I found myself in the forest. Not that night. This was before you guys had found me. And I was like this. And I only knew that I really, really needed blood.
Would you say your wish kind of came true in a sense? Like,
In
I feel like
a pretty fucked up way, yeah, maybe.
This is like a terrible genie.
It's the old monkey.
Like a normal
guys.
genie?
It's a pretty normal thing. Well,
Yeah.
not a trope, you know. Sorry, Madison, your life's not a trope.
No, I don't think it was really like that. I don't think it was a trick. I think for this thing, this was a genuine kindness. It doesn't make this offer often. I was supposed to just die. But it offered life. And for a while, especially when I was still in Snowcatch, I felt it still pulled to me and it needed my help. And I think it chose me for that reason. To be someone to act in its benefit.
Oh shit. Hey, question for you. Did you ever what's the best way I can put this? Get the feeling that I don't know. Never mind. Don't worry about it. It's fine. That's cool. Yeah.
While you've been here, you haven't heard the call of this thing. Like, could you hear it when you were still in Snowcatch?
Yeah, it's basically less than a whisper now. It is nearly nothing. And when I was there, I thought it was just that call for blood that I was ignoring. But the longer I ignored that, the quieter that call got as well. And eventually it just became an itch I couldn't scratch and I needed to leave. Especially after that shit with that thing in that house. It was just a good time to...
Terrible time. Yeah.
Well,
Yeah.
Now, this is more concerning, guys, because it means the whole situation with Madison being changed and what we found in the basement are not connected.
Yeah, I
thought
think
we
that
already knew
was...
that.
Yeah, I think that was just a crazy, unfortunate event for me. Seems to be I'm a little bit in the crosshairs of some weird shit going on, so you can see why I am here.
Living out here.
Did
Yeah.
this thing ever give you its name or an indication of who it was or what it wanted or where it came from?
The
Did it ever say like actual words?
Did it ever make you feel like you were doing exactly what you were supposed to?
That is how I felt that night when I decided. I grabbed up my poetry books and I went out to the dock house and it said, "This is where inspiration will strike." And while I was writing, I looked out the windows and I saw the lights, the two eyes.
I'm gonna give like Jimmy a quick glance, like a
Make sure he doesn't get inspiration. Yeah.
Where were you when you were first like taken by this thing?
Towards the dockhouse.
Okay, well,
Guys, this thing.
is that where you think we should, or where we would most likely find it?
I don't want you to go, so I don't want you to go there. So I don't know what to say to that.
The whole thing with it catching people. There is a group. We kind of hung out with them for a night. They seem to be regulars
Okay.
in the forest.
Like people like you, but like they're in on this, like they're worse.
No, they're like looking for like Bigfoot and like
Super
shit like that.
amateurs.
But they
Great.
saw what was going on. We tried to like scare them off it because we agree. Listen, could not agree more. Don't want anybody to get hurt or killed or anything like that. You know? But yeah, there's other people that were like looking for shit in the woods, and I think they saw the glowing eyes too, which is probably worrying. I don't know if it can like pick multiple targets or something. I don't know, but
Yeah, the individual that kind of ran away from Snowcatch Valley had mentioned it quite a few times over the years to this group, so I'm sure they're keeping an eye out for it.
But they're even less capable.
Yeah,
Well,
they have
it's a
no
little hurtful, but yeah.
Incapable.
But it sounds like no one's being targeted yet, which is totally fine. It's great. We're good. I think we're fine. I think everything is.
A lot
going
of
to
people
be
have gone
good.
missing in the last.
But people are going missing. And
Right, that part's bad. Yep.
And we don't know how many people could be hearing whispers in their head, you know. So they might already be targets. We just wouldn't know.
Great. That's pretty great. Cool. Anyone near the window, can you roll Sense Danger for me? Near the front window.
Yeah. I'd still be keeping an eye. That's a 9.
8.
A 9?
9?
You, for a moment, find yourself kind of distracted with these ideas of, especially you, Jimmy, that things are being called to, and you guys looking out the window, you see that there is a dark sedan pulled up beside the middle house on the peninsula, and you see someone get out in a long coat, a hat covering the head, and you see them go up towards the house. And if you're watching, you go up and knock on the door. After a few moments, you see a woman with kind of scraggly, mousy grayed hair, and she looks out towards this house and points with a shrug towards it. And then the person turns their face towards you guys.
Who's it?
Can you roll investigation?
God damn it. Maybe. No promises. 7. Roll investigation, Brody.
Yeah.
You might see the face of the guy.
13.
Holy shit.
13. So, yeah, Jimmy, you just know that it is familiar, vaguely familiar.
Oh, is it gonna? Oh my
And
god.
Brody, you clock that this is one of the same officers that had been there that night you guys found the body. You remember that this was the partner of Duke, whose body you had seen go up in flames in the house. This was Billy McKee, and she was
She was
like
the one I
his
talked to,
protege,
right?
the one Jimmy spoke with,
Yeah.
and has seemingly taken on his position. and
Um,
you see her walk towards her car, and at the passenger side, and she's in there for a few seconds, seemingly writing a few things down.
I'm gonna like dive down. I'm gonna like pull Jimmy
shit,
down.
right, Brody. Yeah.
What's
Yeah.
going on, guys? What's going on?
It's the fucking officer. It's the officer from Snowcatch. What was the name?
What?
What's the name?
Billy.
Billy something.
Like the
Okay.
it's. Wait, I'll just go and talk to her, man. Me and her have a good rapport.
Hold on.
Why
You're just
would
gonna
she
go
be
talk to
here?
the cop that's following us from Snowcatch?
It's probably just a misunderstanding, man.
You guys see Madison
You're
looking
misunderstanding.
around.
Oh, Madison, yeah, you should go.
No, we
Or
should all.
hide.
You should all go. Oh fuck. There's a basement.
Okay.
Is that for us or for you? Because my car is just in that car park.
And what would you do with the car? You want to
Drive
hide
it,
it?
probably.
Drive it to the front of this house where they are.
We'll just leave. That way they go away from you. They're after us, right?
You
but they
want
would-
to just take off?
Sure.
Or she might come knocking here.
They
And it
definitely
would kind of
followed
be
you.
weird.
Right. But like they can follow me all the way back and then we're back home, baby.
You're going to do a police chase.
No, I'm not gonna drive fast. Like, okay, hold on. What are we scared of here?
The
Have we
fact
even
that-
done
Follow
anything
us for
wrong
a
here?
reason.
You've been
So let's find
followed.
out. Like, we haven't done anything wrong, though, is what I'm saying. Like, what do they want to come give us a stern talking to? Me and her have gone through that already. We could do it again.
She's probably following us because she's investigating us for the first murder.
Brody, you say
We
this
were
like
there.
every single day. You got. Please don't shout that. I don't know how
Okay.
thick these walls are, man.
Okay. Looking out the window, you do see that Billy is making her way towards the house. A few steps away from her car now.
Madison,
Okay.
is there a back door?
Basement, or there's that. If you guys are going, there's the back door, so and you can get back out there. But other than that, basement, and we can just no one's home. They can't just get in here. You know, almost like a vampire. They need to be allowed in,
That
right?
assumes that she's operating as a cop and not just as somebody
Listen-
with a vengeance.
Last time the police were involved, I made the bad choice. Someone else make this choice. I'm not.
I'm in the
Oh
basement.
god. Okay, we should hide because a car
Basement? Okay,
chase
let's
is so
go.
much worse.
Car chase is
I was
worse.
just gonna drive normally, guys. I wasn't gonna make a car chase.
But what if she
Didn't
just
pull
has
us
to
over
pull
on
you
the way
over?
here.
Man, I have seen you playing driver on the PlayStation. I know how think. Okay.
Okay, Madison is hanging by the basement door for a few seconds, looking at the front window, and you see that someone is making their way now towards the steps, moving up onto the porch. And she opens the door, and it is exactly the type of basement you hate to see.
Yep.
Pure darkness, really
Yep.
long gaps between the steps, almost like a pure foot and a half, no railing, no backing. You move your way down the steps. You see she rushes down. Okay, there's a side room. Follow me. And you see as she rushes down the stairs and opens the door, not turning on any of the lights. You see just through a little bit of the fading light from above as you guys make your way down the stairs. You see racks of old paint cans and a lot of worn materials. You see laundry that has just been left here for who knows how long, covered in dust. As you make your way past some old washer dryers into a side room. Where there is just a stack of old newspapers and more paints and everything all over it. You see a bunch of fishing tackle gear, and she closes that door. And she waits, listening. And you guys all hear now that you are in the basement closer towards the front side of the house. You can hear the sound of the creaking boards of the porch. And a knock on the door ring out. And in here, she pulls the chain for a little light. And you can see she's eyeing each of you to make sure you're not about to bolt. And waits by the door.
I mean, like this, crouched position, knees to the chest. Please, I'm too young to go to prison. I'm too beautiful to go to prison.
That part's not true.
You hear the porch wood creak again, and then the sound of distant boots going down the steps. Then the light sound of gravel crunching to your right as they make their way to the right side of the house.
Is that where
And
my car is?
That's where your car is. And you know in a few seconds, as the sound fades away, that they are very likely finding an incredible coincidence.
I think they've seen the car now.
I think.
Yeah.
What's the plan, guys? When she just comes in here?
She
But
can't
she
just
can't
come
come
in
in
here. She
here.
needs a warrant.
Nah, she's gonna just come in here.
Let me start blasting. I'm just joking. I don't know.
And
Yeah.
let's just pretend we didn't hear it.
That we were down here in the basement playing a game of Crazy Eights, and we just didn't hear the door.
I don't think they'll come in, but if we do, then I don't know. Let's just pretend we're playing hide and seek in this creepy ass basement. I don't know.
Guys,
I didn't
we're in
see
so
her. Are you
much trouble.
fucking kidding me?
We're in so much trouble.
For what? We're in trouble for what? Driving to a different town?
They're investigating us. Why would they be following us?
Why would
if she
they be?
didn't,
What's she been doing for the last year, man?
probably gathering evidence or
There's no
something.
other- right?
Of what?
We didn't do anything wrong, but she's not going to know that. She's probably just following the evidence trail, and we've, piqued her interest, and that's a problem. And I know that any cop who loses her partner is going to break the rules.
You gotta really stop watching so many movies, man.
This is when you hear
Folks had to come from
Knocking.
somewhere.
knocking against glass, which you know the back door has a lot of visible glass, and you hear very loud knocking ring throughout the house.
Like, Jimmy, why would she be here? Why would she be in this house specifically when she is supposed
I'm just
to be
saying,
in
what does it
Snowcatch?
matter if she's looking for us? Like, you don't know what she wants, man. You're just assuming the worst because you're crazy right now. I don't mean that in a mean way, but I'm telling you the truth because I love you.
I don't
All
mean
right,
to.
if you're so confident, then go answer the door.
Yeah, I don't mean to burst anyone's bubbles here, but this is the detective, partner of the other detective that was at the house you were at when the detective burned to death.
Yep.
And you were at the scene of the crime where I was found, and you talked to them.
Yeah.
And so
I'm not
And
saying
let's
that's
There's
not
wrong.
forget
people
about
going
that other
missing.
house.
there's people going missing, and people went missing before, and every single time you've been involved, and now you're being followed here
I'm just
by
saying,
the lead
this
detective, potentially.
This time we were not involved. Weren't near any of the people that went missing. Different
my
angels from at
coworker
work.
went missing.
Yeah, I forgot about that one. It's fine.
What was
Other
this?
than that,
Your
Other than that.
coworker.
One of the people was my coworker.
So a person that has gone missing is directly again related to you guys, and
it's a
there
small
seems
town,
to be
Madison. A lot of people are related to a lot of people.
And-
Okay,
But there's no alarm bells for you about that. None. You want to
No.
go talk to her? Okay.
Madison. If I can remind you, I'm the person that went down and talked to them in front of your dead body in the middle of the
true.
woods.
You guys need to pick
So-
someone else to do the talking. I think this is.
Well, it can't be Brody because he's crazy.
He is crazy.
Angel, you and me.
I'm crazy. I'm like
This is gonna
looking
get
at
worse.
Madison like I'm crazy.
I don't know.
Asking like that isn't helping the case.
Oh my
But
god, we gotta go. Let's do it. It's gonna get so much worse.
You're talking to them. You're gonna go talk to them. Okay. All right.
I just
No, it's fine. Do what you gotta do.
hiding here is. I don't know. What do you think, Angel?
I'll follow your lead.
Do you just really badly want to hide?
we can just stay if we want, guys. I'm just saying. First of all, she's not gonna leave. She'll just wait for us to come out.
Yeah.
I gotta work tomorrow, so I'm not staying
Yeah.
I'm not staying here all night. Sorry.
Okay.
I gotta go.
I stand up and stretch out almost like there's something in my pants.
Okay.
Okay,
But you're
let's
not
do
packing heat again, are you?
absolutely not.
Oh my god.
I know. No matter how many times I ask him, he doesn't bring it. It's the worst.
This is a very good time to have not brought it, I think.
Well, maybe. What if she's got
Jimmy,
shining
okay,
eyes?
Angel, let's go.
All right.
Oh
Just-
god. Oh god.
Let's not get arrested.
I'll
let's not get
stay.
arrested.
You want me to stay? I'll stay down here. I'll just stay in.
Stay.
I'll stay down here. It's
I
fine.
put my hand on, I'm like, not get arrested on 3.
Again, we can also just wait if
1,
you'd rather
2,
just
3.
wait.
Not get arrested. Great. Cool. Glad we all did that. All right. And
Oh, that was for me too. I thought it was just for you. Cause I don't know.
uh,
You hear
and
another knock at that back door.
Yeah. Just
I guess we go to the back door.
Okay, you make your way out of the side room, door opening and light fading out into the other area where you see the washer and dryer and you see the clothes. And Ransom and Brody, Ransom and Angel, eyes focused on the stairs. You make your way up towards the door. It's closed. You go out knowing that from here is into the kitchen with a glass back door. And you will probably make almost near immediate eye contact.
Yep. Just kind of
Just gotta be
Walk up like
casual,
a-
man. Relax.
I
You just open the door, look at them, and wave.
hello.
Okay, and you guys make your way towards the door, where you see leaning down and writing again with a radio in one hand, under the arm of one arm, and they put a notepad away and look to you with a bit of a knowing smile, Ransom. And she steps back away from the door and suggests you come outside with a motion of the head.
Sorry. Who are you? What's going on?
Oh, you're the Brindawood kid, right?
That's right. And
Huh.
Are you?
Ransom. And sorry. And who do I have the pleasure of speaking to today?
And you see she's writing down on a notepad, and just flicks an eye up to you, and you look vaguely familiar. And she looks to you, Angel.
Sorry, I can't put a name to your face. What's your name?
No, that's what I'm asking you. What's your name?
It's a polite conversation. We said us, you say you, I'll say me, like normal people. Who are you?
Gentle
I'm-
elbow in the ribs.
I'm Detective McKee. I am, in the middle of an investigation that has led me here, and I'm just taking down some information, trying to tie up some loose ends, and a few other ongoing problems. So if you guys wouldn't mind stepping out into the back porch with me so we can talk.
Sure. Why not? And I step out and just lean against the wall, like she's made out of lava. I don't know.
Angel, are you just standing there?
I'll
Standoffish?
go out, but I'll close the door behind me.
Okay. You guys head out. Okay. So, again, can I get those names?
No, I can see you've got it written down there. It's Ransom.
Ransom. Okay,
Angel.
thank you.
Yeah.
Angel, you got a last name, Angel?
Yep.
Are you offering it, or
I don't know why you need it.
okay? And she just writes something down.
Uncooperative.
You guys, and she looks off to the right side of the house where the car to be parked. Are you guys friends of a Jimmy?
Yeah, I know a James.
Marshall? James Marshall?
Yeah.
Oh man, can you imagine if we ever called him James?
And that's
I'm
his
gonna start
car
doing that.
on the right side of the house here, parked with the detritus laid
I
over
mean, I
top
feel
of it.
like if you're asking, you probably already know the answer.
So that seems to be a yes.
Is that what you think? Okay.
Okay. And you were with him about a year ago when we found the body of a woman in the woods. I have this from my partner's notes. James Marshall, group of 3 other friends.
We
Yeah.
were camping, yeah.
You were all together at the time.
Okay.
And
That would've
you are Ransom Brindlewood.
Hey, you keep asking that.
Okay. Do you talk to your father much, Ransom?
Honestly, as little as possible.
Okay. But does he talk to you?
Yeah, like he says a bunch of words, but it's kind of in one, out the other. Dad and I don't get along.
Okay, that's good to note. Have you been working for him in any capacity?
Working? No, not really.
Any odd tasks or anything that he would ask you to do that's out of the ordinary?
Sorry, I'm just trying to understand here, Detective McGee. What does this have to do with us being friends with Jimmy?
I'm just connecting dots, Ransom. It's
Okay. But
something.
my dad doesn't know Jimmy.
I'm more interested in you right now.
Ah, well, I'm a Sagittarius.
Sagittarius, who's been at the
Enjoy
scene of a
movies.
crime twice. And she looks you in the eye. Or was it
Sorry.
3 times now?
Scene of which crimes exactly? If you're
Sorry, let me just.
Gonna help
And
me
she
out
flips
here.
back through her notebook. Do any of you know a Simon Welch?
Simon. Hold on. I'm just trying to remember exactly what who Simon
That
was.
was the fake vampire bitch.
Yeah.
Oh, that was, yeah. Okay.
Yeah, we went to school with him.
He was
Kinda everybody knew him.
kind of a troubled guy, right?
Kind of a guy in trouble. Yeah.
Yeah, that's right.
About a year ago, give or take, we found him wandering about the scene of a crime. There was a house that burned down in the woods, and we found Simon on the premises not long after we arrived. He claims it was a coincidence that he was there. We left it at that. Then we found my former partner. His car was opened. A bunch of evidence had been tampered with. Rainwater had soaked through most of it. And we suspected Simon, who, when we brought him for questioning, refused to answer most of our questions for a long time. And then he cracked, saying that his friends had stopped answering his calls and that they would know more. And he pointed me in your direction, saying that you were also at that house. And while he was trying to help, he couldn't know for sure what you were doing there anymore. And so now we have some coincidences. We're a Brindlewood three times, as she flips back through some papers. And you are also seen on some security footage in a hospital the night that was broken into. Is
Yeah,
that true?
we brought Angel there. He was an anaphylactic shock.
Yeah. I ate an egg.
Okay. So Angel was there as well. And you see she pulls out from under her jacket a small folder of some incredibly bad, blurry photos that at a glance doesn't honestly look that much like you. So thank you for that. That would make you likely this one here. And she writes on one of the photos, Angel, and another one that looks vaguely like Ransom. So that seems to put you there.
So I'm not allowed to go to the hospital
Yeah,
when I'm dying?
The fact that I'm taking care of my friend is suspicious. Okay.
These photos are from the security cameras outside of the morgue. Well after hours, beyond the locked doors, the night that supplies were broken into.
Well, no, we had Angel taken care of, and then we left.
And
Yeah.
also a body went missing from the morgue that night.
a, a, that's I remember reading about that in the papers, but like, what are we gonna do with a body? Wow.
That's not for me to say, Ransom.
Well, you've got these security videos. Did it show us? Did it show anybody taking a body?
The photos are less than comprehensive, but it puts you there at the scene of the crime.
Well, no, it
Third
puts
time.
us
Me at
in the hospital several hours beforehand, and what you're
Yeah.
making is a lot of conjecture.
That's generally how these sort of things pan out. Is you gather evidence, and so far there's no evidence against. So we're just
No evidence
following
against, that's
through.
about it. Okay.
No evidence against the possibility that. Anyway, are your friends here as well?
Oh, you already know Jimmy's here.
He is here. Okay.
His car, isn't it?
All right. Thank you. And writes down a few more things. Are you guys intending to stay here, or are you looking to go back to Snowcatch?
None of your business.
Really, none of your business at all.
This would be the time where I would cliched say, try not to go anywhere. We will have more questions for you.
And this is the time where we say any further contact has to be through legal counsel.
My question would be, sorry, officer, are you a state police officer, or are you just part of like Snowcatch's, town police force? Just curious.
I'm also curious. Are any of you Fred Phillips or related to Fred Phillips?
Sorry, who? I've never heard that name.
That's very bad to say when you're in his house.
Well, we're going for some urban exploration.
I see.
Getting out.
Behind locked doors. Okay.
The doors were
Should
locked.
have sent me.
Yep. I would like to use a luck to just
Go back in time.
Go back in time.
Okay, is the old time luck trick, or
So you see that she is standing there writing down a lot of notes, and while she does have a sardonic smile, you can see that there is a touch of anger underneath it, a small amount of fear as well.
Yeah, I think at this point, officer, I think we're done speaking with you, because you are very much outside of Snowcatch, as are we. But I don't feel like this conversation is really fruitful for any of us. If you'd like to speak to me, Angel, Jimmy, or anybody else, I really suggest that you go through my father's lawyer. And I'm going to invoke the family name.
Okay, let's see that.
hell yeah, dude.
Oh no, I'm just using luck.
Oh, you're using luck.
I'm just using a point of
roll,
luck.
roll anyway, because you might just crush
Yeah,
it.
you might need to
You may
save.
not
You
need
might
to
need to
waste
save the luck.
No, I rolled a 3.
Hey, you gotta take the chance, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm going to invoke the family name.
Okay. So you say that to her, that you would have to go through your father's legal counsel. And you see that she does lose composure for a moment. Looks you in the eye, then to Angel, closes her book, and takes a step off the porch. Then looks back to you. Again, this is the time where I say, just don't head out of town for too long.
Well, we're actually
likely
gonna
to.
be back to town.
It works perfect.
Yeah.
I'll probably catch up with some of you in a few days then.
No worries, officer. We'll remember the things you're implicating here, or implying.
I hope so.
Mm-hmm.
I would like them top of mind for next time I ask you questions.
Oh, you'll be
Okay.
on our minds.
Great. And you see she actually unnerved hustles a little bit, moving opposite Jimmy's car to like not even give the impression that she's interested anymore, and moves her way around the house.
Oh my god, Angel, I'm gonna shit myself. Oh my god.
Well, I can say you shit the bed.
Yeah, I got a little ahead of myself.
Yeah.
Yep. It's
So
not
that
good.
conversation didn't happen when we go downstairs.
What conversation?
Could we?
And panning back to Jimmy and Brody as Angel and Ransom take up off the stairs. Is there anything you guys would like to do down here?
Could
As you
we
see
hear
Angel,
the
like-
conversation?
Yeah.
If we had moved from the house or from the spot we were in?
Up against.
Yeah, you would have to get up onto the stairs, which were those old creaky stairs. If you wish to get up close enough to have heard it, you would have to roll stealth. But knowing that failure could add to, what
I wouldn't
Billy's
have moved
assumptions are.
because I was told to stay out of that whole thing. So
Yeah, I would have just kind of went to the stairs. I wouldn't have went up the stairs.
Okay. So then I would say you maybe catch some tone. You definitely get that Ransom is not being exactly cooperative, and that there is banter back and forth before she does leave. And while you're down here, you see that Madison is kind of just pacing back and forth in this small room, kind of looking up, looking down, in a bit of a mild panic. While you're down here, Jamie or Brody, is there anything you do, or are you waiting for Ransom and Angel to come back down?
Pretty much, I'm just waiting for them to come back.
Okay. So you wrap up your conversation, head towards the indoors. Ransom and Angel, are you guys going downstairs?
Yeah.
I'm gonna wait until I see Officer McGee leave.
Okay, so you're going to the front.
Yeah.
You eventually watch as she makes her way back to her car, where she sits for an uncomfortably long amount of time. 10 minutes pass, and she's still sitting out there.
Oh,
Then-
when she walks away,
Mhm.
I want to turn on my police radio just to see if she reports back.
You turn it on, and you do just get a light fuzz of crackle, but you don't hear her police radio start up. And until Ransom, you do see after about 10 minutes or so, she does start out the car and slowly reverse her way out and disappear towards the center of town. And within a few moments, if you're watching, you see she rises up over the road, over the hump on the right side, and disappears out of view.
Just feel like the tension building in my body. All right. And just downstairs.
Okay. As you guys meet downstairs, you see Jimmy and Madison still in the small room. Brody just sitting at the bottom of the steps. Is there anything you guys do?
What do I do? Just kind of
So-
like look around before, like, I'm trying to avoid the conversation. Just
Okay.
like glancing around the laundry room and whatnot.
Sure. Make an investigation check for me.
So,
Sure.
yeah.
Oh my god. The first one was 7, so 8.
Okay. All right. I'll just say, as you're looking around, your eyes are wandering as you guys are talking. You guys share what happened up there.
Yeah, it didn't go well.
Oh,
She thinks that we've been at the scene of 3 individual crimes now.
ah.
He's looking for your body. I look over at Madison.
Perfect. Great.
And
Yeah,
Simon,
Simon.
is a rat.
Little rat
Yeah,
big bitch,
Outed
but he
us,
is.
apparently.
Yeah.
Oh,
I blocked him the second I got out of town, so I haven't heard from him.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So,
Have you guys?
Brent. No,
I haven't even run into one.
or haven't talked to Simon in a year.
no.
Why?
Didn't talk to him a whole lot beforehand, and after,
Did he reach out?
not that I remember.
Do you want to roll manipulate?
Okay.
Are you lying to us? You son of a bitch.
3.
We internally flash back to see Angel getting a message from Simon saying on the night that you guys were going to that cabin in the woods, that Simon also intended to do the same thing, and he was going to check stuff out, try and clear stuff for Madison so that things can go back to normal, and he's going to help out. Angel, seeing that message, blocked and deleted him from his contacts.
Right.
Never contacted him again.
Right.
And
Shit.
yeah, and over summer and into the fall, you guys haven't heard from him, haven't seen him. Hasn't been in school, and you don't know what's up with him. And so Madison just kind of eyes you, not knowing that, but curious that he never reached out to anyone else.
Yeah. Well, definitely never reached out to me. But,
But anyway, Ransom let it
Shut up.
slip a little, but we
Shut
don't
up.
know the guy who lives here, so we need to leave. And I don't think it's safe to be here anymore, Madison. Sorry.
Oh.
And as she looks to you, Ransom, your eyes flitting around the room, your eyes fall on the laundry. And you see some of the stacks of laundry are definitely dusty. And some of these old shirts and old pants are not dusty, are cleanly washed and placed to the side. You see a plaid shirt and jeans in, men's sizes.
And, okay, in men's sizes. Madison, what's the deal with the fresh laundry?
Oh, we sold everything, remember?
You sold
Gotta-
all of your stuff? Yeah.
So I just was wearing what I find.
Madison, did you find this on Fred Phillips?
I don't know who that is.
Neither did Ransom.
But I think maybe if you guys want to, you can stay the night. There's rooms upstairs, but
I wouldn't be
Up to you.
surprised if the police officer went to the local sheriff, let them know that there's, people who don't know the owner in here. So I don't think it's safe to be here another 30 minutes.
okay. That's fair. All right.
Do you want to
Well-
come back with us?
No. That sounds yeah, sounds bad.
You know what? I get it.
Yeah.
I get it. Yeah.
You wanna hop in the car? We can drop you off at an exit or something.
You know what? Yeah, let's do that. Yeah. I don't want to be here anymore either. I think this place is used up. So
And okay, and when she says used up,
mhm.
I'm just going to Madison. I need you to level with us.
Mhm.
I really need you to tell us the truth because we consider you a friend.
Okay.
I know you don't know who Fred Phillips is, but did you drink Fred Phillips?
As you guys are like
Are
working
there
your way
any
up,
bodies in the house or buried around the property?
as you guys make your way up the stairs through towards the main front of the house, looking out the door to make sure there's no cops or anything, you feel adjusted and you feel comfortable. And as she opens the main door, looking back to you, she smiles, and you see a sharp fang where once there was a nub. And that is what we're going to call it for tonight.
Three sons.
Boy.
Yeah.
We're linked to
So,
another murder.
Yeah,
Oh,
Fred
my-
Phillips smoothie. Okay.
Yeah.
oh God. Awesome. Thanks everybody for watching. This is Snowcatch Valley, the fall of '99. This one went real smoothly for everyone involved. There was definitely no repercussions. Yeah. We are the casual ones. We stream on Tuesdays, Thursdays, and sometimes Saturdays. But we are going to be doing a bunch of project stuff, so we may not be doing those for the next little while. So yeah, continue with our Snowcatch and D&D campaigns, and we will hopefully keep the guys out of jail. We'll see. Thank you, everybody. Have a good one. Bye-bye.
Bye.
Why does every character...